Hi guys, rachybop here, welcome to What Up Wednesday. Today I'm doing a video based around podcasts. I think they're something that everyone should use, and I know initially when I started on my iPhone journey I didn't use them, I never even entertained it, but there's such a world of free content in there that is incredible. I generally listen to them either when I'm in the bath or washing the pots or just going about my day, and they're just so informative, and some can be funny, and it depends what kind of things you're into. For me personally, I follow podcasts that are based around YouTube, business, law of attraction, Disney, travel, just generally things that interest me. Hopefully some of these will interest you as well, and if you have any suggestions on ones that you think me or other people should check out, let us know the titles of them in the comments. So the podcast app is free and everything in it is free. And these are the ones that I listen to. The first one is me, so you know, I don't listen to myself, but I think it's important that I subscribe. The next one is Manifest It Now. This is Cassie Parks and Jenny Gain. They do a law of attraction podcast. I think it's still going. I'm not sure if they've transitioned over to another podcast, but there's definitely a lot of content in there and they kind of bounce off each other. They both have different perspectives on things and they're really, really good. The next one is video creators. So this is Tim Schmoyer. I subscribe to him on YouTube. He's a great resource for growing your YouTube channel, and I just find stuff like that, the analytics that he delves into, really interesting. He does like interviews with the YouTubers and it's just really informative if you are interested in that side of YouTube. Next one is YouTube Creators Hub, again quite similar, and they usually interview people or tell you about certain aspects of YouTube on that one. Inspired Nation is a really great, really like law of attraction podcast that a guy called Michael and his wife Jessica do this podcast every day. I do find that the daily ones can be a bit too much, especially because these are like an hour every day, but it's nice to have a backlog and not all of them will interest you, but he's always really pumped and he does such great background research on the people that he's interviewing that he gets a really good source of information out of them, and they're just generally extremely inspiring. The next one is the Think, Believe and Manifest show. This is with Constance Arnold, and she is an absolute delight to listen to, and she's so positive and lovely. It's another law of attraction one. Most of mine are law of attraction ones. They're really great for just reminding you to stay positive and keep you on that high vibration. I really like her. I think she's amazing, and the people that she interviews are really good as well. The next one is Think and Grow Rich. This is like little snippets of the book Think and Grow Rich. It's done by like a really monotone voice. I'm not sure if it's automated or if it's the actual audiobook, and it's quite good. It's not like exceptional, but it is quite good to just listen to every now and again. Next one is Wealth Wisdom. I don't think I've ever actually listened to that. No, they have no episodes, so I don't know why that's on there. And then I've got Girl Boss Radio. This is really good. She like interviews people and that it's kind of business related and girl power and all of that, and it's very relaxed and witty, and you just learn little nuggets of information along the way. Then we've got Online Marketing Made Easy with Amy Porterfield. She is so driven and so informed, and I would say that most of the time she talks about things that I don't even do or have any interest in doing, but just listening to how she does it is so interesting to me. Then we've got Where Your Dreams. I haven't actually listened to this one either. No, there's no episodes in there. What am I doing? Next one is Tony Robbins' podcast. Tony Robbins is great. If you haven't watched the documentary that he did on, I think it's a documentary, it was like his show and everything behind it on Netflix. That's really cool. Can't remember the name of it right now. But this is his podcast. It's generally not him on the podcast. It's usually his assistant that does the podcast, but they're very driven and very informative. They're not the best podcasts, but they are worth listening to. Then I've got an Etsy one. I don't think I've listened to any of those. No, they have none either. We're all ready for when you do Etsy, you know. DFB podcast. This is a Disney food blog podcast. Really, really fun. It says there's no episodes there, but yeah, they haven't done any for a while, it would seem. But I've listened to some recently. They must have been really out of date. And they're really interesting. They just tell you about what they've been eating and where it is and little tips. And I probably will never use them, but I find them really good. And you learn about all these like really cute Disney food items. This next one is LA Bound. This is perfect for me because LA is my heart home, and she talks about using the law of attraction to create your dream life in LA, which is just perfect. She's really cool. She interviews people and she talks about creating your dreams, and you could apply it to anywhere that you'd want to move to be honest. Los Angeles, California, LA. I've never listened to any of these. I really ought to. Next one is Happy Ever After. This is Cassie Parks, who was on the Manifest It Now podcast. This is her own podcast. She created the Manifest 10K program, and the Happy Ever After podcast is currently following along with that in anticipation of her book coming out. And while she spends a lot of time advertising, and a lot of these people do, but understandably so, because they're creating free content, so what's in it for them really? But I do notice that some of them spend a lot of time talking about their product, and I think if it was your first time listening to that podcast, you might switch it off before realising the actual awesome content that they have to give. So Cassie does have really amazing content, but don't be put off if she's talking about a book for a while. And the next one is Motivate Yourself. This is Richard Nichols. He is a therapist, I believe, and he's a really down-to-earth guy who just talks about being the best that you can be, not being the best, but being the best that you can be, and just interesting current affair topics that might apply to you. And they're really short, 10-minute weekly, I think, episodes, and they're just really great. The next one is Radio Headspace. I haven't listened to this for a while. It did finish, but the content that they have up there is good, especially if you're dealing with any mental health issues. It probably is more around that area. TED Talks, some of these are really great if you get them along the right themes that interest you. Some of them I don't bother listening to because I think, oh, I don't know. But generally, if I accidentally listen to one, like it flows on from another one, they're always really, really good. And the final one is Law of Attraction Talk Radio. This is the first one that I subscribed to with Jules. A lot of the Law of Attraction based podcasts are under the umbrella of Law of Attraction Talk Radio, and she is really, really good. Sometimes I find she's a little disconnected from the people that she's interviewing. It's almost like she isn't really listening, but it makes me laugh so much. Sometimes she'll leave like bits on the end that you don't think were meant to be there, but the actual bit of content is probably the best out of all the Law of Attraction ones. Again, a lot of adverts, but I do like her and I think she's quite fab. So those are my podcasts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and again, if you have any suggestions, let me know those as well, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.